All right, guys, let's take a look at this. So we got Tesla up here. Oh, why is it showing like that? We got Tesla up here. We're on the 1 minute chart. We're going to take a trade on this. We're going to buy 100 shares. I'm going to show you why I'm making this entry. Let me just put this trade in real quick. It's submitted. Let's wait for it to fill. We should fill around like 217. So perfect. We got 100 shares at 216.86. Why am I taking this trade? So let me break down why I'm taking this trade. All right. So there's a lot of times in trading where you see a stock sell off, and is it the right time to take the trade? And that's the golden question. Let's just analyze today, right? We're at 226 and we sold all the way down to 216. So why are we taking this trade? I'm not taking this trade just because it's down 5% on the day. That would be stupid. That just means you're buying the dip. The reason I am is because if you look at the 5-day, what do you see? Just looking at the 5-day, look at this section here. There's a clear support line, and we're going to break it down. So we have the 5-day up. I'm going to put on the 1 hour time frame. I'm going to put on the 30-minute time frame. And then I'm going to draw a horizontal line around this 215 area. And what do I see? So right now, we're going to zoom in a little more. And look what we're seeing right now. We are seeing a clear support line forming. And to make this even clearer for our newer traders to see, look at the rectangle. This was a clear support level that broke around 216 and it sold all the way down to 202. And then you can clearly see right here, this was resistance in this area where it went down and then couldn't break it. And then it was pulling back, so it couldn't break the 216. But then look what happens in this zone right here, where it retested the 216, couldn't break it. So right here we had the resistance, and then it broke through. But once it broke through it, this area specifically, it got up here, and then it sold back down, and then it retested the 215, and then popped back up to 226. So that's why I'm taking this trade. So we're going to look back at the 5-day. And if it breaks 215, we take the loss. And this is a live trade, so we'll see if it works out. But that's my theory. That's my plan. That's why I'm making this trade. So this is, when you make a trade, you need to know what your exit is and what your entry is. My stop is going to be below we'll make it 216 just to be fair. We'll make it 216.42. I think that's the low right here. 216.31 is the stop. And I want to see this go up to at least 219. That's my goal. So I'm risking less than 1 point, so $100, to make 2 points, 219. So we're going to let this play out, but you're looking at the 5-day chart. And I like to use the break and retest. It broke through here at the 216 area, went up to 219, pulled back, went actually lower, retested the 215, acted as support, and then blasted up. So now it's the first time it's testing it right here in this zone. And what we'll do is we will draw a little zone area here so we can see. And let's go back to the 1-day. And I'm going to actually get rid of it because I think it looks really unclear. So now, how do I confirm it? I'm not even using RSI. You can see on my chart, I'm not using any RSI. All I'm using is the 1 minute, 2 minute, and the 5 minute. So the 1 minute, it looks like you have a nice thin candle from this area right here. Let me zoom in more. You can see from here, so you can see, look, we have 100 shares. We're up almost 50 cents right now. So that's kind of nice so far. But right here, you have from 216.54 down to 216.31. The sellers really struggled to really push this further down because look how thin this wick is. So we'll see. And we have this nice power bar right here. But now that's only on the 1 minute. I like to confirm on the 2 minute channel. So when I use the 2 minute chart, I'm going to lower this down to 216.31 because that's our stop. But look at, I got confirmation from the 1 minute and the 2 minute of both candles being very thin. So I like that sign. The next thing is if this trade is really going to work out, Tesla has to break this area right here. This is resistance right here. So if it cannot break this 217.7, we'll put it here, and what we're going to do is we're going to color this in red. If it can't break this line, we're in trouble. So we'll keep this here and let's see if it can break 217.70. And if it does, we might be able to get a retracement of my goal, which is back up to the 219 level around this area, which is another 0.6% we're looking for. So that's the trade. That's the trade laid out for you right now. If it sells off below 216.31, we take the loss. Right? We have our cost base at 216.86. Other people would say, why don't you put your stop at 217? I want to let this trade play out. It sold off 5%. Let's give it a chance. Let's see where it goes. And if it breaks through here, we'll make an additional add if it breaks through 217.7. But I have 100 shares in the position. I'm not going to buy more than 50 shares if it goes above that. So I'll put my order at 217.71. Let me just see the top of this tip thing. We'll put it at 73. So we're buying the high, but we're buying the breakout if it goes. And then I like to also look at the 5-minute chart. Look at the 5-minute chart on today. We were here. Let me go back to the 1 day. Then we'll go to the 5-minute. And then we're going to zoom all the way in. I don't know why it's showing it like that. Here we go. Let's show it this way. So you can see from here. Yeah, let's just show it from here. It popped up, gapped up in the morning, gap filled 219 to 226, sold all the way down. And this 5-minute chart is all death, all red. But now on the 5-minute, same confirmation as 1 and 2 minutes, from that 216.3 up to that 217, we have that nice confirmation. I could be completely wrong here. This trade could be wrong. I probably could have just took profits here, but let's just play it out. Who cares? We're only doing 100 shares, so it's not really a big deal. But when you're looking at the 15, it's all red candles, 30-minute candle, all red candles, except what is the confirmation bias I have here is you can see, look at these thin wick candles right here. They're all thin. Selling pressure has been coming much lower. And I'm going to make this not red because it just looks, there you go, that looks better. So we make it like that. So you can clearly see what these stocks are up to. And we're just going to keep an eye on it. Let's see. And we'll cut the loss if it breaks the 216.31. But we'll just keep the trade up. We're 8 minutes in this recording almost, which I appreciate if you stayed around for this, but this is my thought process. This is what I see. And I think it's good for you to see what other traders are trading and why they're taking the trade. Let me get rid of this. And here it is. We're just watching the 217. Can it form a support level right here, here, and here? Right now, the answer is no. So we'll see when we get down to this 216.31, we're still bullish until it breaks that level. So not a bad entry to have at the 216.86. And let's just continue watching it. And that's what it is. When you trade these stocks, you really got to have your levels balanced out and seeing, okay, where am I making my entry? Where am I making my exit? And where's my stop loss? Sometimes what I like to do is I'll even put up, I'll zoom out a little bit. I'll try to see like, okay, well, where am I looking to make my exit? And I try to look at I use the 1 day and the 5 day. So the 1 day, this is really sold off. So it's kind of hard to pick out where it's going to be. But if I'm going to go back on the 5-day chart, I can start to pick out where would clear resistance be. And clear resistance is right here. If you look, since it broke this support level at 219, you had some support in this area. Let me just draw it out for you because this is what I'm using. Because this is an intraday. This is only good for intraday. Right here, you had some levels. And this level was from 218.5 to 219. So that's where I'm trying to take my profits because you had a couple bounces where it broke through here. You had a clear big green candle coming through, came back to this level and then retested it. And then it retested it again. And then it retested it again right here. And let's see where we're at, because I don't even know where the stock's trading now. Let me go back to the 1 day. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm using this level. If it does hold that 217, I want to see it retest the 219 area, because if you can blast through the 219, it's going to reclaim it and start shooting back up. But let's see where we're at, because we keep talking away here. We are at the 217.35. So we're still in the green, not bad. It looks like we're taking another retest here. And let's bring up the 2 minute. I like the 2 minute. It kind of tells you what's going on with these candles, at least a better tell. We got to break through this. If we can break through this 217.73, we'll make our add. I'm getting ready to add 50 shares at 217.73 if we can break through it. You know, we're doing this trade at 1 in the afternoon. Sometimes you don't really get the best movement. But I think this is worthy of seeing what we can get out of this. So let's just continue to watch. And we'll take it from there. All right, so I just, I stopped the recording, but now I'm back to recording. As you can see, we're at 216.90. It looks like we're starting to get some selling off pressure, but I'm not convinced yet. In this 1 minute candle, it's still struggling to push it below. Oh, never mind. It's not struggling. So it's going below the 76. We have the new minute going. We're going to continue to watch it. I told you where my stop loss is. 216.31 is where we will sell and take the loss. And that's the whole point of having these trades, is knowing where your stops are. So if it breaks 216, we're out of this trade. We take the loss. But we're still in it because we're still watching this zone and seeing where it's going to go. But at least if you have your plan, you can stick to your plan. You know what you're willing to lose. I bought 100 shares at 0.86. I'll lose $86 on this trade if I stop out at 216. It's going to have to break 216 for me to lose on this trade, though. But is it looking good right now? Absolutely not. It looks very weak. But those are our trend lines. And we will see. You can see right here it's clear resistance too. So I'm kind of wondering if we can get a candle to break above this, will we start making our move up? But we'll sit here and just watch until. Let's get rid of that one so it's a little cleaner. And we'll keep it zoomed in so we can keep the suspense high.
I am getting rinsed.
All right, beautiful. So we're starting to see some buyers come in right here, and they have the same thought process, but you got to keep your stop here, because if this breaks, if this 216.31 does not hold, this thing is going to shed even lower, because you can see on the 5-day we have no support after this. We have 214 maybe. I'm seeing 214 right over here in this area and this area. So let's see if we go down to 215. There it is. This baby looks weak. I'm taking a loss. Looks like we're going to be taking a loss very shortly. But I could be wrong. And that's why I always just try to map out my buy and my sell and where I'm trying to make money on this. And look at that. We're starting to push up a little bit, it looks like. I could be wrong, but it's starting to look like that. Let's see what the 2 minute candle. 2 minute candle looks green right here. And that's the difference. When you look at a 1 minute candle and you look at a 2 minute candle, look at the difference there. You have red, green, red, red. You go to a 2 minute candle, it looks like, oh, wow, the buyers are pushing it up. That's kind of what it looks like. But whenever I see a heavy candle like this, I'm thinking we're going to see more red. A lot of indecision here. We'll see what the Tesla gods want to do. Because on the 1 hour, it's all red. Now, this is a live recording. It's definitely a longer trade, but I think it's good to, if anybody sticks around and watches it, I think it's good to see. We'll stick around. We'll see how it does. Like I said, we're taking the loss if it breaks 216. 216, we're getting out of it. We'll give it a chance at the 216.31. I'll risk the $86 on it. That's completely fine. But look at that. It's starting to shell off. It's very close to breaking that 0.31. But we're not going to take the loss until it's below 216. So and there it is. Look, it's about to make a new low for the day. Right there. It's testing the new low. Will it break? It's breaking the new low right there. So right there, we're looking to get out of this trade if it breaks 216. And it's most likely going to, because you can see on the full day that is the low of the day. So look at that. Tesla doing what it does best and selling off lately. But you saw a lot of buyers coming in right here. But you just got to keep your stop loss in mind, and then it's not so scary, because then you know where you're going to take your loss at. So I'm going to move this down to 216 flat, so we know if it hits this level, we're just getting out. It's almost like I can't even move it down fast enough, because look at that. It's so close to selling off. So close to taking the loss here. There we go, just watching it. And I'm just doing a mental stop. I'll what's it called? I'll press sell if it hits the 216. I don't do the stop loss just in case it flickers down and pops back up. I'll just mentally take the stop. There it is, 216.08. And there it's breaking. So right there, I'm taking the loss. And the trade went south on us. So you look at it, we had our plan. We're trying to make 2 points. We lost 86 cents. And that's perfectly fine. So we filled at 216.04. All right, so we took the loss there. We followed a strict stop. I want to see where this kind of finds the bottom here. We took the loss at 216.04. We're going to go in a little heavier here. We're feeling like we might have caught the bottom. So let's still watch it. Preferably, I'd like to see this go down at least one more point. But let's just take a watch. Let's see. If it can break the 215.93, that would be nice, because then we're going to try this support area right here. And this will be around 214.76 up to 215. So let's see what we get here. We're watching it. It looks like it's going to sell off a little more. Beautiful. So it should break that new low. Beautiful. Excellent. So that's what we want. Hopefully this keeps selling off. We're going to try again. We're going to buy. I want to see it come down a little more. I want to see like almost a whole dollar on this. So we're watching it. And this is what's nice. If you can take the loss, you can make your re-entry. Now I'm going to go a little heavier on this trade, and you'll see. So I'm going to lower this down because I want to get this on the low 215s. I'm going to put a limit order in for this. 215.25. We'll see if we can get filled at that or lower. So it looks like 215.57 is getting a nice psychological $0.50 bounce. But Tesla is just selling off. This is what Tesla does. Like, it's just crazy sometimes. Like 226. It's down 5% in one day. It's amazing. All right, so let's see. Hopefully we get a little more sell-off action here. But I'm feeling as if 215 might be the low. We're gonna catch this falling knife. Here we go. Beautiful. So we're starting to sell off even more. It looks like it's about to sell off more. We got 215s. Yeah, there it is. Beautiful. That's what I want to see. So we're getting ready to buy. 215, keep coming, keep coming. So 215.35 is the low right now. I was hoping we were going to see a little bit lower, but this might be it here. So I'm gonna make my entry here. Let's see where we got filled there. I just bought 500 shares. I got filled 500 shares at 215.47. Now remember, we're already down. How much are we down? We lost 80 something dollars on the day. So for people that are new to trading, 500 shares, every 10 cents, right, is going to be $50. So we are filled at 47. So even if I got 20 cents on this trade, which I'm going for much more than that, that'd be $100. That just gives you perspective of where I'm at. So we have 500 shares at 215.47. And we're going to cut our loss at 214.7. And I'm not just making that number up. The reason I'm doing that number is because of this. Right here. 214.7. I'm doing it because of this area right here. It's hard to see because I have it laid out. Let me see if I can get rid of it. So here it is. This is the reason. Right here is where I'm expecting to see there be some support. If that doesn't hold, then we're going to see two losing trades on Trading Simplified. Kind of like how to lose your money real quick on a 20-minute video. So here you go. We're at 215. Let's see what we can do in this area. And by seeing what we can do, we can just see how much we can lose. It just keeps selling off. We have bought the falling knife. All right, beautiful. So I like seeing that. You see that wick? Got that nice wick right there off 215. Now let's see if we can actually build some momentum here. 5 minute looks terrible. 2 minute, nice indecision candle so far between the top and the bottom. But let's see where we're at right now. We're down 86 bucks of the day. We're almost break even on this trade. 215.47. We have the 500 shares of Tesla. And to get this move back here to 217, it kind of just shut off from there. So it's almost like your new resistance line should be up here around 216.5. Let's try to get a point out of this. We'll see. We'll feel it out. We'll feel it out. We'll see how it's going first. But that 1 minute candle is starting to look for, it's starting to strong form, which is good. Nice little strong green candle will help us out a little bit here. There we go. I knew the bottom was somewhere. I guess I was off at that 216 I was buying at that? Yeah, 216 I was buying the 100 shares, but now I got the 500 shares, so this is making up for it. This is okay. Even though we're break even on this trade right now, feeling pretty confident now. We have the 2 minute candles forming nice and green, and you know what I like right here? Look at this red candle. Look at the indecision here from 215 all the way up to where my entry was, 215.47, 500 shares. If we can hold this low, so now what I'm looking for is I'm looking for this low to hold. We need this candle right here. This candle needs to hold. We hold this candle right here and we're good to go. We're making a move back up to 216.5 and then we'll take our profits on the day. So let's just continue to watch. And look at this, this is professional right here. Got this right here. And let's see if it holds now. I'm really watching this tight. You just gotta let the trade play out. That's the thing about when you make money, you realize sometimes you just gotta let it play out. Let's see if we break right here. If we can break this 215.61, we're going to start moving up. We're 6 cents away. Look at that. Oh, it's rejecting. All right, I like what I see. Still just continuing to watch. Looking at the overall, the QQQ is red right now. So that definitely doesn't help either. Like, we're almost buying against. We're going with the trend right now. We're trying to go against it pretty much by going along on Tesla here. So this could be a losing trade. It's all good. Like I said, we'll cut this trade. Lose 500 on the day. That's okay. The thing I like so far is that these candles are holding. They have not broken this line. They're holding their previous candles as I speak, as it continues to sell off. Let's see what happens here. So far, it's holding. Look at that. It's holding the previous candle right there. So we'll see. No promises. That's why most of the people, when they're day trading, fail. Because this stuff is like impossible, it seems sometimes. Just really letting it play out. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Look at that green coming in. So we're potentially breaking this high at 215.65. It's got to get past there. It's just very choppy at the moment. This is probably why you shouldn't trade in the afternoon. But I got nothing else going on. I might as well try to make some money or lose some money. There we go. Yay, there we go. So now we're starting to get some green. That's what we like seeing. So the cost basis of 215.47. Once it gets up to 77, we're up 150. Remember, we're down almost $90 in the day. So we need like good 25 cents on this trade from 215.47 to start making any money. I'm not trying to take any profits until I get up to the 216 range. It looks like I might not even be taking any profits because this has been very choppy. But for now, it's holding this bar, which is good. Because we're looking at it like this is the bottom right here. There it is. And let's just see how it's forming. On the 2-minute, it's making higher highs, as you can see. Making higher highs. On the 5-minute, it's our first 5-minute candle turning green. That's beautiful news, guys. So you can see here that the sellers got exhausted from 215.47 to 215. Now the buyers took over at the 215.2, really at the $0.50. You can see it at the $0.50. If this bar, this 5-minute bar closes higher than this bar, which it just did, it's very slim. So you can see here 215.80, 215.84. This 5-minute bar did close higher. So I am confident in that aspect. But we still got to see a little more green coming in here. We can't just have one green bar and then say, okay, we're going to turn around. But we'll see if we can get a move back to 216.5. We'll take our profits for the day and we'll move forward with our lives. So right now it's we're up 30 cents. We will always take profit at a whole dollar. So we're going to sell, if it gets to 216, we're going to sell 150 shares. We have a total of 500 shares right now. So our target, let's draw it out right here. We want to see it get to this range right here, 216. And we're going to put that in blue, see if it gets there. And I have my sell order ready. I have a limit order for 216 flat to sell 150 shares. All right, so we're still on this trade. As you can see, it's 215.82, starting to get up there and retest that 216 level. And I said I was going to take profits at 216, but you know what? I'm not going to take profits. I'll take profits if it goes up to this level. I want to go up to here. 216.20 is where I want to take profits. And I'm not taking. All right, so you can see that here's my sells. I think the recording cut out for some reason. Let me see, where's my sells? Oh, here we go. So we have 216.38. I sold 50 shares. I'm going to sell the remaining 50 shares. 216.38, 216.50. 216.43, I sold 200. All at that psychological level of 216.5 is where I was trying to get it. 216.43. So not bad. Not bad sells. I'm going to make this a little lower, make this bigger so everybody can see. So here's my entry, 215.5. So we got almost a point on this. We sold 100 shares, 70 cents up, because this is where I got filled. Average price, 215.47. We got 70 cents on the first 100 shares. That's $70. 73 to be exact. Then we sold 200 shares at 216.43. Then we sold 100 shares at 216.50, 216.38, and 216.28. So let's take a look and let's see what the total profit was on that whole trade. That was a 30-minute trade. All right, guys, so here is the profits. I made $372 on that trade. Just to break it down, we bought 100 shares at 216.86. We took the loss. We sold the 100 shares at 216.04. Then we watched it. It sold off from original entry at 216.86. We had no shares after 216. We rebought 500 shares at 215.47. We sold off 100 shares at 216.2. That was nice, $70 right there. And then we sold 200 shares right here at 216.43. So that's a point up, which is nice. That's $200 right there. Then we sold this one, 216.5. That's another $100. I don't know why it's saying 372. I feel like we made more money on this trade. And then we sold additional 100 shares at 216.38 and 216.28. So that's a good profit, good trade. That's 30 minutes. That was my mindset. But you saw that I took the loss early on those 100 shares and then went in heavier when I thought, okay, this is my confirmation. And then I followed my stop loss. So that's the key. You follow your stop loss, you live to trade another day. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a live action trade just so you can get an idea.